episode, a very special episode of Sarcasm Speaks. Jared here with Bob. Dickie's mulling around in the kitchen. He might yell over occasionally. This is episode 100.
Yep.
This is our 100th fucking episode. There's over 100 hours on the internet of our dumbass voices talking about dumbass shit.
Yeah. And just for episode 100, we have nothing special planned.
Yep. It's just another
Nothing.
episode.
Regular episode. I was thinking we should do the conspiracy theory episode, but apparently that's going to take too much because we've been saying we're going to do it forever.
That's something I need to like sit down and like do some research and make sure I get my notes right.
I mean, I've only got two, and they're really actually pretty quick. Because one, it's like if you believe me, and the other is kind of a fact that
yeah.
people just don't know about.
I get into some weird shit. But yeah, maybe we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do it before.
Some other time.
Yeah.
Like we say. At some point we'll cover conspiracy theories.
You know what? I actually hear a lot of people talking about now is like, well, Joe Rogan talks about it a lot because he does like a bajillion podcasts. But even like the other guys I listen to, like Drinking Bros and Ross Patterson Revolution, Fighting the Kid. Shout out to all those guys, whatever. But they all talk like people are like, oh, you're gonna do anything for episode like 500, episode 1000? And they're like, no. Like you kind of just like, it's one of those things where you just expect to keep going. So it's like it's not like it's gonna be our last one.
Right.
So it's like why whatever, like we're just gonna keep making them.
Well, it's the same thing, and I actually stole this idea from Bam Margera, as you know, as seen in Jackass, Viva La Bam, CKY videos, whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember in Viva La Bam when I was a kid, which I was a big fan of Viva La Bam.
Oh, so was
I was like,
that was awesome.
I was probably 13 to 15 when it came out, so it was like really directed at me.
Yeah.
And I always liked like skateboarding and shit, like the extreme sports when I was a kid too. So, I found that stuff interesting. So if you're
Bob Burnquist guy.
I hated Bob Burnquist. I fucking hated that guy.
I
don't know why.
I didn't like him.
I fucking hated that guy.
I was being facetious because he was like the main competition to Tony Hawk, and everybody loved Tony Hawk. So just by definition, people didn't like Bob Burnquist.
But even in the games, you know what though? I did turn eventually, and I did start to like Bob Burnquist. I don't know why, but I don't know. I think it's just weirdo. But
yeah,
probably look back now and he's probably fine. 13-year-old me was like, I hate him. Why? I don't know.
He's also the only other name that I know that I can still remember to this day.
From Tony Hawk's Pro Skater?
It's not Tony Hawk.
Really?
Yeah, it's just Tony Hawk and Bob Burnquist.
Fuck, because when I was done with my thing, I was going to say, who's your favorite Tony Hawk character?
It's just, I only remember those two.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck. Anyway, Bam Margera, because I'm going to get to that. So Bam Margera, he, like, so Viva La Bam was following him and his girlfriend and his wife, and then there was, like, a spin-off when he was getting married and whatever. Mm-hmm. And there was something where he, like, was, like, refusing to buy her, like, a Christmas gift or something. And he's like, I don't want, he's like, why? Yeah. He's like, I'd rather just buy you something on June 20th.
Right.
And have it be way better than whatever bullshit gift I buy you now.
Right.
I think she wanted, like, some Ugg boots or something. I think he threw her old ones in the fire because he hated them. But it was something like that.
Yeah.
And I've always like looked at it the same way. I'm like, I just hate the whole gift thing.
Right.
Because again, sometimes it comes to me like in fucking May.
Yeah.
And actually it did this year. Because my parents don't listen to this. I'm getting them a fucking crock pot for Christmas.
Oh, sweet.
Because the crock pot they have is from their wedding.
Jesus.
Which I believe was in 1981.
Yeah.
Maybe 1983. I kind of don't remember.
It's a long fucking time ago.
So that's when the thing's from. Like the cover's like cracked and shit, and it's old as fuck. So I got them.
Is it white with a floral pattern on it?
No, it's yellow. It's yellow and brown with a floral pattern.
But
80s, dude.
Yeah,
80s.
dude. Because my parents had the same one when I was a kid. It was white and blue with a fucking floral pattern. Like
This one is orange and brown with the floral. So I'm getting them a new one for Christmas. Programmable. It's got clamps if they want to take it down to the Cape House.
Nice.
They can do whatever they want with it.
Nice.
But I took that picture in May.
Yeah.
When I was there one day.
Well, that's the thing too. Like my mom said something to me in like August or like September, and was like, "Oh, like this would be. I need this or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, I need to write that down because I'll get it for Christmas." Do you think I wrote it down?
Nope.
And
It's
then,
almost like you're almost better off buying it
Right.
when they hear
Right.
you hear about it and just
Right.
saving it.
Right. And then, last week, I was like, oh, hey, do you remember what that thing was that you said you needed for Christmas? She was like, what? I was like, yeah, I didn't think so. I don't remember.
Well, that's why Michaela, who was on whatever episode that was, don't remember what number.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go to Maine one day and, like, I don't know,
Yeah.
do dumb shit in Maine instead of doing gifts.
Yeah, just do, like, a trip.
Yep.
They're so
Way
much
better.
better. Way
Way
better.
better.
Way fucking better.
But that's the thing. So we might come up with an awesome idea for shit to talk about or something to do, because we actually haven't like done anything, which
Right.
I don't know if we're ready for it, and I don't know like what it would really entail, because it's like all of our shit's here and
Right. We're not, I mean, we can be mobile if we have to be, but, like, it's kind of a pain.
we've never even thought about like going mobile with the show.
Right.
But like we might come up with the best idea ever, and it would blow episode 100 right out the fucking
Right.
right out of the water.
Right.
And it's like, oh, hey, remember when we did like a bunch of dumb shit on episode 100? Yeah, well, we did a bunch of dumb shit on episodes like 1 through fucking 30 too. Because when we first started this thing up, everyone was coming here every weekend.
Yeah.
We were gambling on a bunch of sports.
Yeah.
And we were drinking for just about every episode.
We were in the studio upstairs.
Yep.
We were in Jamie's bedroom.
Yep, sweating our asses off
Yeah.
because with the door closed.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's the thing with episode 100. But really, you don't remember any of the characters from fucking Tony Hawk?
No.
No Buffy.
Oh.
Bucky Lassick.
Bucky Lassick. Okay, yeah.
Jeff Rowley.
I don't remember him, but Bucky Lassick I do remember.
Jeff Rowley was the first British guy who I saw. His name was pronounced. It was spelled Geoff.
Ha.
Jeff.
Geoff.
So I was like, who's Geoff
Yeah.
Rowley?
Yeah, who's Geoff?
There was. Oh shit! Who did the Christ Air? God damn it! I can't remember. I can't remember.
I remember that move.
It was Bob Burn. Yeah, I forget who invented it. Chad Muska? No, he didn't invent it, but Chad Muska was a guy.
Okay.
He was. His special was the Ghetto Blaster. Really? No Tony Hawk?
I know. I remember Bucky Lassick.
We have it downstairs.
And, oh yeah, I know. I played it nonstop. It was the fucking. It was the blue cartridge in N64. I think it was one of the first ones to not be just shit gray.
Yeah. No Mercy was also black.
Yep. No Mercy was.
Zelda,
So was
Zelda was gold.
WrestleMania 2000 was also black. A lot of the WWF ones were black.
A couple red ones in there, but
Yeah.
yeah, Tony Hawk was blue.
Yep. Yeah. One of the racing games was red. It's like Need for Speed or something. Yeah.
I figured there was probably a green one here and there too.
Yeah.
Pokemon was probably yellow.
Yep.
Man, bro, Tony Hawk games though. Shit.
Yeah, those are fucking good.
Bucky Lassick was sick.
And then still to this day, the ATV versus motocross game on PlayStation was phenomenal. I think that game had the greatest soundtrack in the history of video games.
Better than NCAA 06.
Yeah, because NCAA 06 was like...
The worst songs ever.
Yeah, and it was like...
It was terrible.
It was ironically good. Like, they were catchy songs, but like, it wasn't good music.
Oh, they were terrible.
But like, I don't fucking know. The original PlayStation was out, so I had to have been somewhere around 10, maybe, maybe
So
younger.
that's what, 2002?
I don't know when PlayStation 2 came out.
PlayStation 2 came out around 2002.
Okay.
Because I remember being in the 6th grade and people were,
All right, so it's probably around 2000.
or maybe it probably would have been 2001. Because that would have been like the Christmas gift that year.
Yeah. Okay.
PS2 was probably 2001.
Yeah. Well, whatever it was ATV versus motocross was a fucking game. Like, that had the greatest fucking soundtrack. Poem, I think, was on there by
Taproot.
Taproot. Like, it just had fucking, it was great. I loved it. And it was a fun game to play, too.
All of those games used to have the best music.
Yeah.
Because it was always the alternative stuff.
Right. And you were always playing it. Like, you were just
All the
there
time.
all the time.
All the time.
Like, MVP Baseball 2005, which was...
Walkie Talkie Man?
Yes!
Stereogram?
And there was another one from there, too. It was, it's like a winter theme. It's not like cold pandas or like frozen something. Like, it has something to do with like being cold.
Arctic Monkeys?
Yes, that's
I don't
them.
know the song.
MVP Baseball 2005.
Manny on the cover.
Yes, which was the last good baseball video game. I will stand by that till the day I die, because anything that came out after that is complete dog shit. I don't care. I also haven't played video games in like 6 years, so I can't speak, but I don't give a fuck. I don't have to.
NHL 03 was also pretty good.
That was so
That
good.
was Queens of the Stone Age. No one knows, and it was Pitiful by Blindside.
But NHL 03
was
was such an incredible game in and of itself that they brought it back in NHL 09 or like NHL 12, somewhere around 2010. They brought it back as like a version that you could play. So like when you go into like play like mini games, like one of it said like play NHL 03.
That game was nasty.
Like, that's how fucking like incredible that was that they brought it back like 10 years
Turn
later.
the speed all the way up.
Yeah.
And just go nuts.
Yeah. Oh man, that was fucking great. I love the memes that you see when it like paints out the picture. It's like whatever is in the picture, but like the words are just there, and it says like it's Saturday morning. You just woke up and came downstairs. You turn the TV on and you turn on your console and you hear EA Sports. It's in the game, and everything is good. It's like, oh yeah, like that was the fucking best. I used to crush those games.
Oh yeah. And then they fucked it all up with NHL 04.
Yep.
And then I think they recovered later, but it didn't matter at that point.
Yeah. And well, speaking of crushed, Pats just lost.
Yeah, I mean,
We're recording this right after the game. Whatever, like the game, it is what it is. They didn't play awesome, and so obviously they lost. However, the one thing that I have to say is this was potentially the worst officiated game I have ever watched in the NFL.
it seems extreme, but it was very, very bad. It was very poorly
I
officiated.
can't think of a worse game that I've seen. From beginning to end. Like, I'm sure there have been worse games.
Yeah.
But a game that I have watched from beginning to end, I don't remember watching a worse game.
That's true, because usually
Overall.
you remember the one big call.
So there's been more egregious calls.
Like the replacement ref call, where one guy's sitting there with his arms up and the other guy's sitting there like no catch.
Yeah, and like even in other team games,
The
like
new one with
obviously,
the Saints.
like the Saints, there have been worse, bigger calls. But I'm saying like as an entire game that I've also sat down and watched. Like that was awful.
That was bad.
That was so bad.
And then like they started like you knew they were going to control the game because they start with like a lot of holdings and a lot of defensive holding and hands to the face.
Yep.
A lot of that stuff. And then it was just, man.
At one point you said what the Chiefs had 10 penalties for like 136 yards.
Yeah, they may have finished with that or close to that.
Yeah,
10
that's
for
insane.
136.
That is insane.
Also, Chris Sims can get the fuck off Football Night in America. Fuck him. There's nothing wrong with Rodney Harrison and Tony Dungy, and he doesn't add anything. Fuck that guy.
No, he sucks.
Fucking dumb bitch.
But like, man, it's tough too because the offense didn't look great, but the offense looked better
In the second half.
than
it's obviously it's a tale of two fucking halves.
right.
So Brady threw a bad pick. Fine.
Yeah.
Defense gave up a touchdown. Okay. Newhouse sucks. Got the field goal blocked.
Yeah.
So it's 20-7 at halftime. Kansas City gets the ball, scores 23-7.
Right.
Then at that point, they're kind of like come back. I forget the exact order, but they were down. Were they down 10? They eventually got. I think they were eventually down 10, and they had the fumble.
Yep.
Refs blew it dead.
Yep. That could have been a touchdown.
That could have been a touchdown. And then N'Keal Harry scored a touchdown, but since we were out of challenges because they already fucked up that one,
Right.
it wasn't a touchdown. The whole thing was fucking botched.
Which they also fucked up previously.
Because they called
on it was a Travis Kelce pass that they
that was
called.
the fumble.
They called an automatic first down. So Bill threw the challenge flag. When you watch the replay, it's pretty clear that, or maybe it was Sammy Watkins. When Sammy Watkins caught the pass, he was
behind
about a yard behind the first down line. So then they come back, nope, play stands.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's stupid.
So then Harry scores. They don't call it a touchdown. They say he was out, so
Right.
you can't challenge.
Right.
Even though it was a touchdown.
Right. Which I said to you, I'm not in the fucking referee office here, but I'm pretty sure that it's told to the referees whenever it's close, call it a touchdown. So then the automatic review kicks in, and then you figure it out.
Right.
Like it's okay to be wrong if you just call it a touchdown.
So,
and if you're right, it's a touchdown. And if you're wrong, they'll just call it back as the review.
And at the risk of sounding bitter, because I think I handled everything pretty well today.
Yeah.
But at the risk of sounding a little bit bitter, this was a highly televised game. It was the national game for CBS.
Right.
So it wasn't quite a primetime game.
Right.
But it was the nationally televised game.
Yeah.
We know those games are fixed.
Yeah.
Everyone outside of New England loved everything they saw. And that's why I think it happened the way it happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they didn't, and I'm not going to go as far as to say like they fixed the game. They made it really fucking hard for the Patriots to try to pull this off.
Oh yeah.
So people were real excited across the country. So everyone who's not in New England, congrats on the Chiefs win, even though you're not their fucking fan of their team.
Right.
But if your existence is just to sit there and just laugh at the Patriots' misfortune, you got us today.
Yeah, congrats on the win.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, Hey,
I hate that shit.
Just be like Vinny walking out of the fucking stadium. Hey, good game. Smacking everyone's hand. I'll see you in January. All right,
least that was
good win.
No, so at least that was Baltimore fans. So obviously because I'm on gambling Twitter,
Right.
there's a lot of people who live in Vegas.
Right.
Vegas doesn't have a team, so you have your allegiances. So you have your allegiances. You root for whoever. Maybe you're from a different place. You moved to Vegas. Whatever. Maybe you're an actual fan, but you're probably not a Kansas City Chiefs fan.
No.
So you're sitting there having like the fucking Sunday of your life, just because the Patriots are getting calls going against them.
Right.
You know what, man? Have a blast. Take your victory lap. We're all really impressed.
I'm watching Dickie try and get this shit out of the... So I'm listening to you talk and I'm watching you, but like literally right behind you, I can see Dickie struggling. He's got like the spray bottle of I can't believe it's not butter. And he's like sitting there trying to get it to spray, and then I watched him go like this, and he's shaking it, and he like can't get it out.
What is it, empty?
No, it just won't spray.
Oh, it just won't spray.
Stop laughing at my misfortunes.
It was just really funny. It was like one of those. It was almost like a movie. Like you're talking, but like someone's just doing something fucking stupid in the background.
I'm a great extra.
It was great. I had to fucking share that.
Either way, I'm done ranting. I'm done talking about the Patriots because I don't want to spend too much time on it. Yeah, they got fucked, but they also didn't play well enough in the first half to really be there.
Yeah, no, it was.
They deserved to have a chance. They didn't get it. Whatever.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing, because you're gonna hear around the Boston South, like if you're in New England and or even nationally, you're gonna be hearing everything like, oh, they're done and Brady sucks and it's cliff time and all this and oh, this is finally the time the dynasty cracks. They could win out and be 13-3.
Yeah.
And if you were to say at the beginning of the season, hey, do you want to sign up for 13-3 right now?
Yeah.
You don't have to play any games. You want to be 13-3? Yeah, sure. I don't care who you lost to.
Right.
Every Patriots fan would take that.
Right.
But now they're looking at it like, oh, Baltimore's the one. You know what? If they end up 14-2, they fucking earned it.
Right.
Baltimore's better than you.
Right.
They're probably the best team in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
So you can't do anything about that.
I know. There really isn't anything.
Oh, they should have been 15-1. No, not good enough.
Yeah.
This team is not good enough to be 15-1. I don't give a fuck who they play.
No, absolutely not.
So that's the thing. They could win out, still be 13-3, and it's like, yeah, they have their issues. They have to beat Cincinnati, Buffalo. That's gonna be a real game in Foxborough on a Saturday.
Yep.
Nice and lubed up for that.
Oh yeah, that's on Festivus.
And the last game's Miami.
Yeah.
At home.
Yeah.
So
you should win 2 of those 3. You probably are gonna win all 3.
Well, you should roll out of bed and win 2 of those 3.
Right. Right.
Now, it'll be weird if the Miami game is inconsequential.
Right.
Because if they do beat Buffalo, they might not be able to move their seeding at all.
Right.
And that's where they come out with the Steven Jackson 15 straight runs.
Yeah.
Actually, but it mattered that year. 2015.
Well, it would.
2015, they lost the home field and had to go play Denver at Denver in the AFC Championship.
Yeah, so if they beat Cincinnati and Buffalo,
They'll have 3 losses.
that
Baltimore still has 2.
Miami will be inconsequential if both Baltimore and Kansas City win out.
Kansas City has 4 losses, I think.
Right, but I'm saying if they lost to Miami at the end, like if they just sat everyone and put Jack Stidham out there and they lose and they finish the season 12-4, they're still the number 2 seed, even if Kansas City. Oh no, they're not, because Kansas City just won this game. I just thought. I just thought Kansas City.
I don't know how Kansas City is in the conference. That's the first tiebreaker conference record, I think.
No, it's head
No,
to
it's
head.
head to head.
I don't think it is head to head.
No, it's gotta be head to head.
It's not head to head.
That's nonsense. It's head to
No,
head.
because they care about the conferences for whatever fucking
That's
stupid
not
ass reason.
head-to-head.
I think the conference is the second one. Is number 2 in the tiebreaker. Are you looking it up?
Yeah.
I still think that
What
it
is that?
No, because I think everything logical says if you have the same record as a team and lost to them, they should go ahead of you, and I don't think it is that way. Hold on, but it might be. I don't know. I thought I remembered the rules being
NFL
fucked up.
playoffs, breaking ties. Number 1, head to head.
It is head to head.
Number
Okay.
2, best won-loss tied percentage in games in the division. Best won-loss in common games. Best won-loss in the conference. The conference is actually.
Oh, so conference is last.
Conference is
Oh,
last.
okay. I had it
Yeah.
backwards.
Yeah.
I had it backwards.
Yeah.
Um,
So head to head, and then your division, and then common opponents, and then finally, it's the conference.
that's what okay. So that's okay. So I truly didn't know. I'm going off what someone told me because I made that same argument to someone else, and I was told I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So
Yeah.
it
It turns out you did, and that person
whatever. But I truthfully thought conference came before division,
did.
but I guess it doesn't. So
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, regardless, if the Patriots win out,
If they win out, they're the 2 seed.
And they're
If they lose one of the games, they drop to 3.
yeah,
Assuming Kansas City wins out.
yeah, Kansas City would have to win out,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Yeah.
Playoff seeding around here. It's one of those like
The only thing that I care about is the bye.
yeah, you want
so
the bye.
I don't want them to be the 3 seed. I would
'Cause they have to
prefer
play
them
the
be
first weekend.
Yeah, I would prefer them to be the 2.
But it's one of those things where it's like we only think that because we've been to the playoffs so many times.
Yeah.
It's almost like get in.
Yeah.
Most places are just like, hey, get in and figure it out after.
Right.
It's like, hey, if you're gonna be good, then you gotta win anyway.
Yeah. But I also like this team's chances coming off 2 weeks rather than 1. You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
so I don't know.
Whatever.
That's just my point.
Whatever.
So you got some you want to
The
talk about?
Peloton commercial?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So apparently the Peloton commercial, where husband buys his wife a Peloton.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
Yes. Commercial?
Yeah.
Yeah, like 100 times.
Okay.
It's been on like a million times.
Yeah.
She looks like the girl from Shameless.
She kind of does. Yeah.
So, whatever. So he buys her the bike. She uses the bike,
Mm-hmm.
and I always thought the commercial was kind of fucking dumb because it's like she like goes live on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
Goes
It's like,
live on Snapchat.
here
It's
I
like,
am,
here
5 days in a row.
Oh, first day. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, you're about to ride a bike.
Right. And then it's I'm 5 days in a row. I didn't think I could do it either. And
Yeah.
then it's like a year later.
It's like 6 a.m. It's like, oh, I don't want to get up right now. Yeah,
Right.
well, none of us do.
Right, and then the last cutscene is a year later, and she's like, "Oh, thank you so much. I've grown so much. I never knew a year ago this would be such a meaningful purchase."
Yeah, so I always thought the commercial was fucking dumb
It's
because
kind of lame. Yeah.
it's like no one gets a bike and their life changes. I'm sorry, it
Yeah.
just doesn't.
Yeah.
But it was alerted to me today.
It got put in the latest queue of the cancel culture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people took a commercial where a husband buys his wife a Peloton.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts using it and then gets in a consistent workout routine and is happy a year later.
Yeah.
And turned it into
Fat shaming.
the husband is abusive,
Yes.
the
The company is sexist.
company's sexist,
Yep.
105-pound girl doesn't need to be on a bike.
Right. Which I thought is really funny. I've seen these tweets going around, and I've thought about like jumping in, but I've since thought better and being like, wow, isn't that a bit sexist of you to assume that a woman weighs 105 pounds?
Because there's no way she weighs 105 pounds.
Yeah, like
that girl's probably fucking 5.
yeah, like well, where did you come up with 105 pounds?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen her step on a scale? Like that's very assumptive of you, like to just just say that a 105-pound girl didn't need that. I saw someone else go, oh, and a year later she changed so much, she went from 105 pounds to 103 pounds.
I saw that exact one.
Yeah, and I'm just like, for people that claim to be such champions of feminism, like you're pigeoning these women into some crazy stereotypes here. Like, are you saying now that your ideal female is 105 pounds? That's wow, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
So, like I was gonna go down that road, but I chose the better.
Yeah, but
there's some good trolling to be done there.
Which, so I think it's kind of funny that some of the things that have come from it too. So obviously people are fucking losing their minds.
Right.
The commercials, this, that, the other thing. Someone did like put out there. They were like, why does this commercial have to be everything that you want it to be? Why can't it just be the guy bought her a bike and they're trying to sell their bike?
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people who have bought the bike as a gift.
Right.
I didn't know I knew so many fucking women abusers.
It's also a very expensive bike. Like it's a very expensive piece of equipment.
Yeah.
Like that's a big commitment to like spend that much money on anything. That's like the equivalent of like, I don't know, buying a new TV or like buying new furniture. You know what I mean? Like those are big purchases.
Yeah.
Like
and dude, I got this crazy thing. He might use it too.
No, it's impossible. He only bought it for her.
He's abusive.
Because he's abusive, yeah.
That was my favorite.
Yeah.
When they accused the husband of being abusive. 5 seconds of fucking airtime, and he's abusive.
Yep. No, you know what's fucking abusive? Is the GMC commercial where the husband comes home with 2 cars and he's pumped that he bought a new fucking GMC Denali pickup truck and bought his wife a fucking SUV, and she goes up to the pickup truck and goes, oh, I love it. Is that the one you got for you, or whatever, however the fuck it goes? It's like, no, that's abusive. That wife she just fucking pulled the rug out from underneath.
I love it. He goes, oh, actually, I was gonna take the...
Yeah.
Love it.
And she goes, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's abusive.
You know what I would do? Return both cars.
Yeah.
No one gets a car. Which, the whole asinine of car commercials around Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, who's buying the big ass bows?
Where do you get said
Where do you
big
get the bow?
Do you go to like the giant bow store?
I think, like, do they sell them at the dealership? Like, should I ask JD if they sell, like, the fucking bows?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, what's the upcharge when you're sitting in finance? It's like, oh, and
right, can you roll that into my monthly payment?
Hey, do you need formats? Like, do you need Gap? Are you gonna get that through your insurance? Okay, cool. We can do like a protection package on the tires where if you pay, it's this much, and we cover your tires like for 5 years or for life or whatever it is. Tires, rims, like it's all in one.
Yeah.
So it's a holiday time. Do you need a big bow? We can roll that in.
Yeah.
Your payments will go from $185 a month to $187, but we can get you that big bow, and you'll own that.
Yep.
I mean, unless you default, in which case we will need the bow back. And then, will you be taking the bow in the car, or do you need it delivered? Like, how do you want to handle the bow?
Do you need a special bow adhesive?
What do you think the commission on a bow is?
Oh my god.
Do you think they get like 50% commission on that thing?
I would hope.
Maybe the bow costs $200 then.
Yeah.
You actually sold a bow? Here's $100.
Yeah, jeez.
We thought that only happened in Lexus commercials.
Yeah, those car commercials around the holidays are so fucking stupid.
But anyway, so now
there's
Peloton wife and Peloton husband accounts.
Are there really?
Yep. So like the whatever, and like the name on it, Peloton husband, like the actor in the thing.
Yeah.
And I think he's like kind of like doing his thing too. Like, oh man, I didn't know with 5 seconds of airtime I turned into like a complete abusive person. And then like Peloton wife, I don't know who this woman is. Ruiz or something is her last name maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think she's donned herself as Peloton wife.
Yeah.
So then she got put in the Ryan Reynolds commercial. Did you see that?
I was gonna bring that up. I was gonna wait for you to finish that whole thing.
Yeah, no, I'm done on the whole. It's fucking dumb.
So my favorite part about this whole thing is Ryan Reynolds. So I'm a huge Ryan Reynolds fan. Like,
he's awesome.
He is just phenomenal. Like he is he's a mega celebrity, but he's just like a real person. Like if you follow him on Twitter, so and also he's married to what's her name, Brooklyn Decker?
No, Blake Lively.
Blake Lively.
She's on the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, that's right. So he's married to Blake Lively, and she'll like post a picture.
He just fucks with her
and
all
he'll
the time.
comment underneath a picture that she posts and goes, "Oh, you got broccoli in your teeth," or he'll be like, "Oh, I can't believe you wore that dress."
Or it'll be a picture of both of them, and he'd be like, "I don't know why you had to ruin my picture." Like that.
Yeah. Like he's just funny. Like he's just a regular guy that like doesn't give a fuck about anything, and like he's like a troll. But it's awesome.
Yeah, he trolls his wife.
Yeah, and he trolls everybody.
Actually, he probably trolls his kids too.
Oh, I've seen him tweet shit about his kids before too. I'll have to dig back and see if I can find them. But so he obviously owns Aviation Gin, and to kind of like snap back at everyone who was like, "Oh, Peloton, such a bad company, whatever," and like some of the people were calling for this girl, this woman actress. Or woman actor, whatever the fuck they're called now. In the Peloton, we'll call her Peloton wife. People were saying that like she's compliant in this and she should never work again. So now in Hollywood,
she should never work again.
Like exactly, that's what I mean.
She took a role and she should never work again because
Right.
it makes you mad because you're a fucking cunt.
Right? Yes, exactly. So people are like saying that, and now let's not pretend that like this woman is like super rich either, because she's in a fucking Peloton commercial. Like you don't know her from TV or movies or anything.
Like you know how there's like letters of like A-list, B-list, whatever?
Yeah.
She's not on a list.
No, she's not on a list.
She's on the same list I am.
Yeah, she's a commercial. She's an extra.
Not anymore, but...
Yeah, she's an extra in a commercial. Well, yeah, now her career's going to probably take off. But, which is awesome, and I love... I'm digressing everywhere here, but... Which is what I love when this cancel culture bullshit pops up and they try and cancel, and then what it actually turns into is this woman is going to become famous. And she's going to make
fucking
a fuck ton of money, and it's going to piss all those cancel people off. But fuck them anyway, because they suck. So Ryan Reynolds took Peloton wife and goes, all right, cool, well, I own Aviation Gin, and I'm going to do a commercial for them.
Which, truthfully, it is a real commercial. So
Yes.
the commercial actually exists,
Yes.
but it's a fake commercial.
It is, yeah.
Because it's terrible.
It's three women sitting in a bar, and Peloton wife is sitting in the middle. And the two women on either side are kind of just like sitting there, like nodding, and then the Peloton wife goes, "Oh, this martini is like really good." And she like drinks it, and the other two are like, "Yep. Do you want us to get you another one?" And it's like super awkward,
Yeah.
like it's very like
She actually downed the first one.
yeah, like they don't like know what to do, and then like so they just sit there, and it's the three of them, and then it starts to like fade to black, and then you hear one of them go, "Wow, you look really good, actually." And then it comes up and it's like drink Aviation Gin or whatever. So like I fucking love Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, so like they did speak a little bit more. I don't remember the exact like conversation, but they were alluding to like, oh hey, you did that commercial, now everyone hates you.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So here, have a drink. Oh hey, here, have mine too.
Yeah. That's what one of them was like. Oh, do you want mine?
Yeah.
That was fucking awesome. I think that's my favorite part of it. And now I hope this woman gets all kinds of fucking roles. And I hope she becomes fucking super rich and super famous.
She probably will. She'll write a book and
Yeah, whatever.
parents' fees. And...
Yeah, just to stick it to those fucking cunts. Oh no, she supports a sexist company. She should never work ever again.
I can't even imagine that.
It's like she probably made $1,000 for that Peloton commercial.
It's gotta be more than that.
It wasn't a very long commercial.
Dude, a bike costs $2,200. Like they gotta fucking pay her more than that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think of what it is to be an extra in a movie. You get like $500 a day.
Okay, extra in a movie is different than a commercial where she is the person. She's like if it's
All
like
right,
if
call
it's a
it
30,
10
so if it's a
grand.
30-second spot.
So say she made $10,000.
Sure, why not?
That's nothing.
No, it's nothing.
That's literally nothing.
But all you did was shoot a 30-second commercial.
Right. But like, people are saying that she shouldn't be able to work now because of that. Like, dude, she just took $10,000 to like be in a commercial.
Anyone that gets outraged over perfectly
Like if you
normal
came to
occurrences-
me, and we've talked about this on air before, that whatever fucking jackrabbit fucking weird Nazi movie that's out or coming out that's like joking around about Nazis that like I don't like. If they came to me,
Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah, Jojo Rabbit. If they came to me and was like, "Hey, I want you to be in this 30-second commercial, and we'll give you like 15 grand," I'd be like, "Okay,
Yep.
cool. Where do I sign? Like, you're just gonna give me 15 grand for this? Okay, sure, yeah, absolutely. It might take like 6 or 7 hours to shoot like a 30-second commercial.
Yep.
But like, it's 15 grand in a day. Like that's a significant amount of money.
Yeah.
Like I don't make that much money in a year. Like 15 grand is a significant chunk of what I actually make.
Big bonus.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can't do math off the top of my head, but I'd be willing to bet it's probably somewhere around like 25%
Sure.
of what I make in a year.
Why not?
Like, why not? Like, that's nuts. So for people to like get upset with her and like, I don't know, come back and say that, like, fuck them. And then, like I said, I'm really glad.
Well,
that Ryan Reynolds
so a
did
little of
that.
this is going on with, and I haven't actually watched anything more than the first made-up segment of The Irishman. There's an actress in it, and she only says 7 words.
Yeah.
And people are outraged that she didn't get more words and more lines.
Well,
or didn't
that's-
play a more prominent role.
That's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Margot Robbie played Sharon Tate. Because
Okay.
the movie is kind of about, what's his name? Charles Manson.
Okay.
And so Sharon Tate was the big famous part of that whole Manson family. So she had not a lot of dialogue. I'm gonna make up a number and say she had like 15 lines in the whole movie, and people are like, "Oh, I can't believe this. This is ridiculous. Who's the fuck? Tarantino, Quentin Tarantino. Oh, he's a sexist. He hates women because he had Margot Robbie and he gave her 7 lines in the movie." And it's like, no, the movie's not about Sharon Tate.
Yeah. Yeah. And even with
and also, if anything, you could spin it, because I haven't seen the movie, but I heard people talk about it, so I am kind of just regurgitating what I've heard. But what I've heard is that you could spin this and say, she's such a good fucking actor that with only 7 or 10 lines of dialogue, her character became like an integral part of the story. Like, that's good acting. Like, you're not influencing dialogue that much in a 2.5 hour long movie, but people like, they really like your character. That shows me that you're really fucking good at your job.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how I would look at that.
Yep.
But no, Quentin Tarantino hates women.
Yeah, and it's like one of this. It's like when these writers come up with a script. It's like, all right, so here's the script. This is what it is. Because some people want to blame the act. Are they not actresses anymore?
I think they're all called actors now.
Everyone's an actor.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm an actor. I'm
I'm a piece of shit.
I'm acting like not a fucking huge piece of shit.
Yeah.
So the actor that only got like 7 words or whatever she got.
Yeah.
People are like bitching at her about it.
Right.
And it's like, can you just imagine the scenario where here's a role gets written, someone is like, they line up the cast, whatever, potential cast, here's the role. Do you want the role? Yes, I'll take the role. And then it's like on them.
Right.
They said yes to a job.
Right.
And now it's on them.
Right.
They shouldn't have taken it because there weren't enough lines. What if they didn't want that many lines?
Right.
What if they were like, hey, you can get a real gig with tons of lines, like millions of lines. Like you never shut up the entire time. You sit there for 2 hours and all you do is talk.
Yeah.
And we're gonna give you like 5.
You do a movie about a podcast.
Yeah. We'll give you 5 million.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right, Irishman. There's 7 words. We're gonna give you 5 million.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that for 5 million, I just come on screen and I do my thing, but I only have to say 7 words? It's free money. It's liberty. It's betting on liberty.
Yeah.
Like, they have a bowl game this year.
Oh,
Free
let's
money.
go, let's go.
What? Like, how? What? Why? The dumbest time to be alive. Everyone is lazy as shit. And no one wants to fucking do anything. No one wants to work.
Yeah.
And we're fucking unhappy because this woman only has 7 lines.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Yeah. Well, it's everyone has to get involved in other people's
The movie's not about her.
Yes, you're right. The same thing with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
And you know why
the
she
movie's
took,
not about Margot Robbie.
You know why she took the? You know why she took it? She goes, I just wanted to be in a movie with Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
As an actor.
Because as an actor,
As a
also,
gender-free actor.
Especially as a major actor.
And also, it's a Scorsese movie.
Right.
Those guys are dying soon.
As an actor, and especially as a premier actor, as someone like a De Niro or Margot Robbie, a Christian Bale, like, you know, the A-list guys, they have their quote. That, like, this is how much I make for every movie I'm in.
Yep.
It doesn't matter how many lines are in it.
Yep.
This is what I make.
Yep.
So I guarantee you, Margot Robbie got exactly what she asked for.
Yep.
Because she's Margot Robbie.
All right, we want you to be in this movie. $20 million. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. My number's
Cool.
$20 million. All right. Cool. Here's
Cool.
a check. For $20
Here's the
million.
paperwork.
You know, like that's what it is.
All right, cool. What do I do now? Oh, you only have to say 7 lines. That's it.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Cool. Awesome. I just made $20 million for 7 lines.
Yeah.
Like that's insane. It's like roughly $3 million a line. Now, so the other part too is like I don't know how much screen time she had. I think she got a significant amount of screen time,
Which is different, but
right.
Well, that's what I mean. So of this 30-second commercial, she was probably in the commercial for all 30 seconds, if not 25 plus.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna get
You know
paid.
what? Yeah, you're right. It's her fault. Fucking jackasses.
It is the dumbest time to be alive.
Dumbest time to be alive.
It is so fucking stupid. It's just in time to come up on New Year's too. That fucking rant.
Dumbest time of the year.
That I may have to rehash my fucking New Year's rant when we
Fucking
get
hate New
closer.
Year's.
Because I don't know how many people that listen right now have actually listened to episode 1, but that was when we went off on fucking New Year's. I fucking hate New Year's.
New Year's sucks.
It's so shit.
Actually, we probably should rehash it because the audio was all fucked up on episode
Oh yeah,
1.
that's right. The first 3 episodes, the audio was not
Audio was
great.
fucked up.
We've had a lot of good shit. We've had a lot of fun episodes. We did the luau,
The blizzard party.
the blizzard party,
Tropical blizzard party.
Yeah, that was great.
Like a lot of rum and fucking juice that day.
That led to a lost episode.
Yep.
I believe we have 3 lost episodes officially
Yep.
that we got too drunk to air to put on TV.
Yeah,
to
one of
put
them made it
online.
though. The Super Bowl one from last year. That made
Yeah,
it.
but that was a YouTube only.
No, that one went.
Oh really?
Yeah, you never listened to it.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't count that as a lost episode.
Well, I know it's not technically a lost episode, but we don't remember doing it.
Yeah, I mean, there's legitimate three files that I still have on my computer that have not been uploaded.
Yeah. Ugh.
We've we used to get fucking tanked. I mean, we still get tanked, but just
That's
not
because
on here.
we don't record on Saturdays anymore.
Right.
By the way, I think we should just go to a casino this year for New Year's.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Just make it easy.
Yeah, I actually really like that.
Yeah.
The only thing is, like, it might be a touch more expensive, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, depending on where we go.
Yeah.
We just go to the shithole if we want to.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we could go to the Twin River and just drive home after, or we could go to like Foxwoods or Mohegan and
Yeah.
stay.
Yeah, if we stay, it's gonna cost us a fucking.
That's what
lot
I
of
mean. I mean, I wouldn't stay there. Like, I forget which one it is, but there's the Foxwoods, I think, has a DoubleTree that's like a mile down the road.
Yeah, something like that.
So I don't know.
Whatever.
Maybe we'll figure something out. That would be interesting. So speaking of like kind of looking back, as we were just looking back on the previous 99 episodes.
Or just one of them.
Yeah. No, we talked.
The other ones were
about
lost.
The lost ones.
Therefore, not one of the 99.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite ones was like the
Episode 4.
Episode 4 was great. The one when Bill was there, I think that was episode 9.
Something
was
like
pretty
that.
good. And then still, even though it was recent, that one when Dickie was trying to describe his Thanksgiving dinner, I was literally crying and sweating. I was laughing so hard, I was crying and sweating.
Very mundane episode.
That's in my top 5. That was fucking good. That was a good one.
Yeah.
But speaking of that kind of stuff, we are coming up on the end of the year. We're also coming up on the end of the decade.
Yep.
So, they talked about this quickly on the Sports Hub the other day about ranking the best championships of the last decade. So I'm going to pose that to you, and I want your top 5 in no particular order. I can go first because I thought about it already because I heard it on the radio. But so from 2010 until now, they did it on the radio as the Boston Sports Championships.
Okay.
But we can do it however you want.
Is this my personal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not going to say Auburn, Oregon, because it came down to a field goal and the Michael Dyer, like, knee not down because I didn't even give a fuck about that game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I think I do have these in order. But I'm going to say no particular order.
Okay.
I'm going to go from the bottom up. So, number 5 was Tiger winning the 2018 Masters.
Okay.
That was, like, it's fucking Tiger. He won the Masters. It's because he had won the Tour Championship before that, like 6 months before, and everyone was like, oh, Tiger's coming back. Like, this is it. Like, that was the spark. And then I think it gave him the confidence to be like, oh shit, I can still win after everything that he's gone through, all the surgeries and all the bullshit. And he won the fucking Masters, and I was fucking pumped. So that was huge for me. And then, so the other 4 are all actually Boston sports, because I'm a Boston sports fan. Weird. But the Bruins in 2011 was huge. That one is tough. I was in college for that one, so that one might be the one that, like, I appreciated the most, or like celebrated the most. But I was in college. I went to the parade. It was the first time the Bruins had won since what?
72.
Yeah. It's fucked. Like, the whole city was fucking crazy, and it was also at the time it was the biggest parade, I think, in Boston sports history.
It was on a Saturday.
Yeah. I think the Falcons Super Bowl might have beat it for the Patriots, but I'm pretty sure that the Bruins parade stood as the biggest parade in Boston sports up until very recently. But whatever, that was huge. Like, I'm a huge hockey fan. I've always loved hockey and football, and like I've said it before on the show. Like, when I was a kid, I loved the Pittsburgh Penguins because of Mario Lemieux and Jaromir Jagr. Like, I had that poster of the two of them holding the fucking Stanley Cup. Like, I've always just loved hockey. I never played it, but I loved it. I love watching it. And in Boston, for what it is, I think Boston is a hockey city. We went through a tough stretch for about a decade and a half.
Well, see,
the team was really bad.
It's a little to be determined because the Patriots need to continue what they're doing.
Right.
Because right now it's a football city.
Right.
But if they don't continue, people
when the
leave
Bruins
right away.
are good, people come out of the woodwork. Like, I don't know, I feel like there's a connection to different generations with the Bruins. So, like, our parents' generation loves the Bruins and older because they love Bobby Orr and they love all those guys and they remember the 60s and the 70s. And then, like, they all come back when the Bruins are good. You know, and we love the Bruins because we grew up when they kind of sucked. But, like, after, like, 06, they actually started getting better. So it was, like, this whole thing. So it's, like, and it's just, I don't know, it's a cold place. It's a hockey place. You know what I mean? Like, everyone plays hockey when they're a kid. Like I said, I never played. I wanted to, but my parents didn't want to do the 4 a.m. practices and pay all that money. But, like, hockey is just such a Northeast thing. Right. So when they won, that was fucking huge. I love that. And it's also the only time they fucking won.
Right.
In the decade.
Yeah, 39 years.
Yeah. They lost in 13 and then they lost this year. So that's a big one. The other one I have is, or the next one is Pats Falcons. that championship. That was the 28-3 game.
Yep.
That was just arguably the most epic comeback of all time. Like, that was fucking amazing. That just blew everything out of the water. The game was just awesome. That might be that's a top 3 Super Bowl that they've ever played in. So then the next one, I have the Red Sox winning in 2013. That was huge because that was the year of the marathon bombing.
Yep.
And they rode that for the whole season, and they had the whole David Ortiz, this is our fucking city, that whole thing. And then David Ortiz was getting ready to retire. He was an older player. Just everything culminated to. If you didn't know any better, you would say it was almost fixed.
That team sucked too.
It was like a ragtag group of guys, but they all rallied around each other after the marathon, and just that whole week of the bombing on Monday, and they literally shut the city down for 2 days to search for this fucking piece of shit, and they fucking found him. And it's just the whole story was just nuts. That whole week was nuts. People were out of work. People were everyone was just so supportive, and it was almost I know we were super young, so I don't actually remember this, but from the stories, it's almost like a post 9/11 feel. After 9/11, everyone around the country just loved each other, and everyone was so supportive for each other, and it didn't matter. Like being late to work didn't matter, and sitting at a red light didn't matter anymore. That's how it was in Boston. Everyone was just together. And they rode the Red Sox that whole season, and then they fucking won the title, and that was fucking cool. They had all the survivors there. That was just really fucking cool.
Especially because the Bruins botched it that year.
Yeah. And then the number one for me is more so for the moment, but Pats Seahawks Super Bowl. That's the Malcolm Butler play. That's the fucking... Here we go again. There's the fucking stupid fucking catch to Paul Richardson. Caught it on his fucking helmet. He fucking falls out of bounds. They call it a catch. They're marching down the field. Here we go. The fucking Patriots are going to lose again. It's just like the fucking Giants. And they get to the 2-yard line. They decide to throw a pass. Malcolm Butler jumps the route. Picks it off.
Yeah.
That's the fucking game. That's just unbelievable. That moment could arguably want to be that, and the Adam Vinatieri field goal in 01 are they're up there as the best moments of Super Bowls. I'd throw the Edelman catch in there from the Falcons game.
Patriots only Super Bowls?
Yeah. But so those are the 5 for me. Tiger in the 18 Masters, the Bruins in 2011. The Pats beating the Falcons, the Red Sox in 13, and then the Pats over the Seahawks.
All right. So I'm going to take a little bit of liberty on this one a little bit. So the Falcons...
Free money?
So the Falcons, for me, that was the best time I ever had watching any single sporting event.
Mm-hmm.
So that gets a special, column. Seattle in 2014. Just because it had been 10 years since they won, and it looked like they were going to fucking lose again.
Yeah.
And they were about to be 3-3 in Super Bowls. And they fucking pulled it off, and I'm just sitting there in shock.
They beat Denver, right? That year? Who did they beat?
What are you talking about?
Seattle?
Well, I'm talking about the Patriots.
Oh. When you said Seattle, I thought you were talking about the year Seattle won.
No, because I don't care about other teams.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said, I'm is it the best games or is it the ones I care about?
Right. Well, it's subjective. It's your top 5.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about other towns' teams.
Right.
I'm putting Tiger in there. It's probably the least fun moment, I'd probably say, just because it's a 4-day thing and it's over hours. Yeah. So you kind of have a feeling it's going one way or the other, and there's less moments. Especially the way he plays, because he just parts you to death.
Yeah.
And then it's if a putt rolls in, it rolls in. Or if a ball gets in there tight, then it goes. But
right.
It's probably the least exciting of it all.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my little freedom.
Okay.
I'm putting on my list Bruins Leafs Game 7, 2013.
Yep.
That was when they were down 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
4-1. They were down 4-1 in the game.
Yep.
There was, I don't know how many minutes left.
I think for some reason I want to say 13.
So
Like I feel like the 3 goals came in 13 minutes.
I think it was less than that.
Yeah.
I think it was like 6. But so at this time, so I'm living in Bridgewater, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, fuck, we're running out of time here.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's something else I can watch. Like, I've watched this whole series. I had been sending handwritten letters to Jones because he was in basic at the time, updating him on the NHL playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
And
shout out to Jones.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, let me suffer. I've watched this whole time.
Yeah.
This entire time I've watched all 7 games. Whatever. Goal goes in. You know me. That's cute.
Yeah, that's not gonna count. That's not gonna be enough.
Another goal goes in. I go, well, that's funny because they're running out of time. Like, what are they gonna do? Score with the extra man?
Yeah.
4th goal goes in.
Tied it up.
I go,
holy shit.
These motherfuckers are really gonna lose in overtime.
Yeah.
I go, after all that, they're gonna go to overtime and fucking lose.
Yeah.
They didn't lose. It was like the biggest. That was like the biggest turnaround. I was obviously outside 28-3, but like that was like the biggest turnaround in the shortest amount of time I think I've ever watched in any sporting event.
That made the top 10 sports moments that they were talking about. So the article that I was talking about before that like prompted this whole thing, I think it was Buckley. I think he wrote it for The Athletic. And the Bergeron call in overtime was on that list. So that was fucking cool.
That was insane.
I mean, ultimately they ended up losing to the Blackhawks in the final, but you know, whatever. That was still a really fucking cool moment and a cool fucking game. To be down 4-1 in Game 7.
And I think this might be my number 1 because it allows me to be a fucking huge dickhead about it. Florida State 2013.
Yeah.
For years, I watched this team suck. I go through Christian Ponder, E.J. Manuel, Drew Weatherford, Chris Ricks. So not since Chris fucking Winky do I have to, that's all I get. Chris Winky.
Yep.
So, and that was like right around the time I started watching them too. And the last Chris Winky was they got fucking killed by Oklahoma in the national championship.
Right.
So it's a long time, and the reason I'm a Florida State fan is assholes.
Yep.
Fucking dickheads around here.
Yeah.
I'll go to a BC game or like whatever. And then FSU plays Miami, and all of a sudden they're like fans of Miami. Or like they're fucking Virginia Tech fans.
Yeah.
It's like, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
You don't even fucking root for this fucking team. You root for BC.
Right.
Let me know how it goes when fucking FSU goes to BC and kicks their ass once again.
Right.
Because they've won once at home in like fucking 25 fucking years.
Yeah.
They fucking... BC fucking sucks.
BC blows.
Don't fucking come at me with this shit.
I hate BC.
So this goes... I mean, I'm like 12 at the time. So it's like it's way less intense.
Yeah.
I got people fucking going... Like friends of mine going nuts when Florida State missed a field goal in 2002 to lose to Miami. They're celebrating like it was a fucking Super Bowl.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Because I lost. Because my team lost.
Right.
And I was pissed off because of a missed field goal when they should have won. You guys are gonna run around and celebrate? Middle school is the fucking worst.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
or teenagers are the worst. So, 2013 comes around. Florida State and Jameis.
Yep.
This team is...
Crab
We don't
legs.
know this yet.
Good old crab legs.
We don't know this yet. This team is a fucking wagon. So, they do throttle people pretty regularly.
Yeah.
The next year...
That roster.
That roster was disgusting.
Holy shit.
Fucking disgusting. This team is nasty.
Oh, yeah.
This team is sick. So, 2013 is also the kick 6 year. So, no Alabama.
Right.
Auburn, Chris Davis, running it around, 106 yards
Yep.
for the touchdown.
Yep.
So, everyone's remembering Auburn. Because then Auburn goes, and I think they played Missouri in the SEC championship game, and killed them. They fucking raped them.
Yeah.
And it was like Trey Mason carried the ball like 42 times or something.
Yeah.
They ran the ball like 60 times. It was something crazy. They ran the ball that much and throttled that team.
Right.
So you hear a lot about it. You hear SEC because the SEC had won every championship since Texas won in 06.
Yep.
After that, it was SEC every year.
Right.
And you're just coming off of back-to-back Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
You had the Alabama LSU 2 years before that. So people like recognize that the SEC is just going to win this thing.
Right.
And people liked Auburn. I mean, people liked Trey Mason. They liked Auburn. They thought it was like whatever.
Right.
So I'm sitting there. And not only that, the game was awesome. Auburn was up. I don't know what the score was. It definitely wasn't 28-3. But Auburn's up pretty big.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there. I'm like, God damn it. What the fuck, man?
Here we
Come
go.
on.
Yeah.
How do you fucking lay an egg in the national championship?
Right.
And then it's like, you know, they start putting up points. They start scoring. They're moving the ball. They're doing their thing. They potentially take a lead, give it back. Then Kermit Whitfield takes the kick all the way back. But then Auburn marches right down.
Right.
So FSU gets the ball. They're coming down the field. Rashad Green makes a long play. And who do you know it? Fat Kelvin Benjamin makes the catch over.
Before he was fat, though.
Before he was fat. Over our man, the kick six returner, Chris Davis.
Yep.
To win the game.
Yeah.
With like seconds left.
Yeah. That was a fucking good game. Dalvin Cook was an absolute fucking
Dalvin Cook was not on that team.
He wasn't?
No. Dalvin Cook was a freshman the next year. It was Devontae Freeman, James Wilder, and Carlos Williams.
Did they play in a bowl game like the next year then?
So next year, so this is how. So 2013 was Freeman, Williams, and Wilder.
Yeah.
The next year, Carlos Williams was the lead back, and Dalvin Cook was a true freshman. Okay. And he coughed the ball up twice in the Rose Bowl. The play when Jameis Winston just threw the ball behind him.
Yeah. And
they got fucking throttled by Oregon and Mariota. That was Dalvin Cook's freshman year. He was really good that year. 2015, they lost to Houston in the Peach Bowl. 2016, which was Dalvin Cook's junior year, his last year, we all knew it.
Yeah.
And when people are dropping out of bowl games and they're not playing, and Jabril Peppers pulled his hamstring in the whatever, and Jake Butt blew his knee out in that game, Dalvin Cook played and single-handedly basically won the game.
That's the game that I was thinking of. He
pretty much won that game against Michigan.
Okay, so that was the game.
Long run after long run and convert, catch, pass, run. He did everything in that game. He was fucking unbelievable.
I remember watching a bowl game with Dalvin Cook.
Oh, he was so good in that game.
He was an absolute
because again, they fell down. They came way down. I'm thinking, because I just watched Houston fucking kick their ass the year before.
Right.
And I'm like, I know this is a little different type of game because Clemson went to the national championship that year, so FSU wasn't, like, they didn't get, like, they didn't feel like there was an inferior person in front of them, or next to them.
Right.
And Dalvin Cook single-handedly won that game.
Yeah. Single-handedly
won that game. DeAndre Francois, like, they were fucking that. That game was good, too.
Yeah.
That was a really good game.
Yeah. That's the one I remember. So maybe I don't remember.
I
don't remember the 13. I'm mixing.
Yeah. If Tiger didn't win the Masters, I think that'd put that Michigan game in there. That was a really good game, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and that entire year, I just watched Dalvin Cook save the team, single-handedly be the best player on the football field.
Well, now he's the best running back in the NFL.
He was so nasty.
This year, at least. I mean, Saquon was injured.
I never thought that a handoff could change a game. Watching.
Yeah.
And because Dalvin Cook was really, really good, but he wasn't Bo Jackson. He wasn't Herschel Walker.
Right.
But turns out he kind of was. Like,
yeah.
He could take a handoff, and you didn't know if the game was about to flip on a dime. Because he could take it 75 yards. Or if there was a swing pass, he would take it all the way to the house.
Right.
Because he was just that much better than everyone else.
Yeah.
That was a sick game. So if I had to do one singular... him winning the Masters was sick, though.
Yeah. We got hammered that day, didn't we? We started drinking, or was it the tour champ? When did
No,
we do
so
bourbon for birdies?
Bourbon for Birdies was the Open Championship
Okay.
until he got to 11 and tried the flop shot from over the green and fucking didn't get there.
Yeah. Okay, I remember that now.
And then he didn't make another birdie, so we got to stop drinking at about 11:15 in the morning.
Yeah. Yep.
That would be my top 5. Florida State.
Yeah.
Basically, then I get to give the middle finger to the fucking entire world.
To everybody.
To everyone. Fuck everyone. Florida State, new head coach, Mike Norvell.
All right, let's see how that goes. We'll see. Well, you want to start wrapping this up?
Yeah. Army Navy on Saturday.
Yes.
In what might be, not in terms of significance, but in terms of actual play, the most overrated football game that exists.
Hot take. Sound the hot take alarm.
Yes. It is. This is not to slight anyone who serves. This is not to slight any service academy. This is not to slight any of those people. I'm talking strictly from a football perspective.
Right.
We just watched the best weekend in football, which was, maybe not true. Rivalry weekend's probably better. Mm-hmm. We just watched conference championship weekend.
Right.
The playoffs are set. The real games are going.
Right.
Army Navy, no longer relevant.
Yeah.
In terms of
Right.
In terms of football,
right.
No longer relevant.
Right.
Neither team's all that good. Neither team competes nationally. That's fine. They got better shit to do. They're all gonna be better people than I am anyway. But you always hear it. Oh, Army Navy. I'm like, yeah. I mean, if I'm sitting at home, I might watch it. I might bet the under. I don't know what it is. What it's at right now. It's probably 22. But like, I'll watch it. But I mean, it's the triple option.
Mm-hmm.
All they do is run.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of cool a couple of years ago when Army actually won for the first time in like 16 years, but like now it's like probably going to be like an even match. So
right, because both teams are pretty good this year.
We're just going to watch a million teams run the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, by a million teams, I mean 2 teams run the ball a million times.
Yeah, I knew what you meant.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah. So I mean, good for them and whatever. And I know everyone in the stands wears the exact same thing. Like,
yeah.
I get it, but the actual game always falls flat.
Yeah.
The only thing that you might get is it might be an exciting football game because neither team can score any points, so it's really like if it's 14-10 and, okay, well, if they can kind of move the ball a little bit,
right,
you might have something, and then they kind of can't because they're forced to throw and they can't do it.
Right. Yeah.
So, what's going on with these 2 teams specifically this year, I have no idea. I know Army was pretty good last year. I know they kind of throttled a couple teams earlier this year. I think they hung 70. I don't know how, but
yeah, they were ranked at one point.
I don't know how there's enough time. I think Navy was also ranked at one point.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't know how you fucking find enough time to run the ball and score 70, but
yeah.
yeah, like seriously, dude, gross. Like,
yeah.
You're just watching people not tackle.
No.
So, Army Navy. Not in terms of significance or importance, but in terms of just football. Most overrated football game of the year.
Okay. All right.
Of every year.
Of every year. For all time.
Yep.
All right. So my final thought is I just saw this right before we got on. So I forget which dictionary it was, but it was like Webster or Merriam. No, Merriam-Webster is the same thing.
I've always been a big fan of the Oxford.
No, I think it was the Merriam-Webster one then.
Never liked that one.
They came out with the word of the year.
Oh, this is gonna fucking make me so mad, isn't it?
Are you ready for this?
Oh, this is gonna piss me off so much.
The official word
Is it cocksucker?
of 2019 is existential. And you know what? I could not think of any more appropriate word for how people are in today's current climate, like world climate.
Do people even know what that word means?
Probably not. So existential means like in relation to existence. So like when someone says they're having like an existential crisis, that means they don't know what they're supposed to be doing in life. They're having like some sort of struggle with their existence. They're like...
So you've just described my everyday routine.
Yeah. But
like when I wake up in the morning, I go, why am I doing this exactly?
Right. But that's my thing. So as bullshit as that is to make existential the word of 2019, it's actually pretty accurate because that's all fucking people do nowadays. Is like create fake existential crises. So like as a throwback to the very beginning of this episode when we were talking about people trying to cancel a Peloton commercial,
Yep.
like that is a fake existential crisis. Like
Doesn't matter.
creating that like everyone people are like stubbing their toes and having an existential crisis like, oh my god, why do I have toes? Oh, do we even really need toes?
Mental health day.
Yeah, like, oh, I need a mental health day. The whole thing. Oh man, we did a whole. That might be one of my favorite episodes too.
Mental health
the mental health day. Like people saying that they need a mental health day and like all this fucking bullshit. Like, again, as fucking dumb as it is to make existential the word, it's actually very appropriate. Like when it all boils down, like that's good on Merriam-Webster. Like that's a good fucking way to describe this year.
You know what I've just kind of like realized too? You know, like kind of how culture goes and like, I know, so obviously like contrarian ideas and whatever.
Yeah.
And I know I'm a contrarian but it's all purely to be a pain in the ass. It's really just to drive people crazy because it makes people so fucking mad.
Yeah.
And I find it so entertaining.
Yeah.
Like when people who are like normally cheery and happy and whatever, and I just like fucking rain on their parade.
Yeah, because then for whatever reason, people tie their own value, I think, or their own like, I don't know, they tie themselves personally to like an opinion. And when someone disagrees with that opinion, they take it as a personal attack.
Yeah, but it's even as
they get like heated.
It's even something as simple as like someone who comes in is always in a good mood because obviously someone does this at work.
Yeah.
And I fucking fuck with them.
Yeah.
And when he's like, oh, how are we doing today? I don't know, dude. It's still early. Like, what? Well, yeah, it's still early. I have no idea.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can
go off the rails. So, oh, how's it going today? Well, I didn't see a nice rope that looked like it would fit around my neck pretty nice, so still looking for that. But even just like contrarian in the sense like where everyone's getting so soft.
Yeah.
Like I've had like some of my kids come in, and I know I'm getting a little bit off topic, but it's on the idea of society sucking, so I say it's on topic.
Yeah.
Like kids are never told to toughen up or harden up.
No.
Like, oh, my knee kind of hurts right now. Do you like anything I should do for it? I'm like, have you tried toughening up? What? I'm like, have you tried toughening and or hardening up?
You can't say that anymore.
I fucking do.
It's like, well, no, I mean, I've done it, but like people, like society is trying to make it so you can't do that anymore.
My favorite, Bobby, you can't say that. Why?
Yeah. I don't know. Try to get.
And they go,
be tougher.
No, this is for anything because I say some fucked up stuff, but they go, you can't say that. Why?
Yeah.
They go, cause you can't. I go, was my mom gonna yell at me? Am I gonna get detention?
Right.
Cops gonna come?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen?
Right.
I go, honestly, the worst thing that happens is I have to talk to your mother because I upset you.
Right.
That's the worst thing that happens to me.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then I know that that's something I have to do going into it, but...
Right.
Like, I know that. Like, one day I'm going to have to deal with a call, and it's going to be like, fuck!
Yeah.
They got me. Why did you tell my kid to toughen up when he has a broken foot?
Yeah, or it's like, I don't know, your kid was being a fucking pussy about it. Like, oh.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. They're like, well, what if I did go home and tell my mom? Like, oh, so do you want me to tell your mom that she's paying as much as she pays a month for you to come in here and not try very hard and, you know, waste her money?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, even with, like, the crises, like, that's what made me think of it. It's like crisis, like, people need to harden up.
Right.
People need to toughen up.
Right, just get tough.
Like, right now, it's, like, cool to, like, have a crisis and people, like, oh my god, you have a, like, you really stubbed a toe. I wish I didn't have toes either. If I didn't have toes, I would never get stubbed.
We need to cancel toes.
We have to cancel toes. Like we should just wear shoes everywhere at all times.
Right.
Like maybe like we can like get rid of hard edges or something. Like pillows for walls. Like maybe that's what we do, and then no one has to stub a toe ever again.
Yeah.
Hey, have you tried toughening up? You can't say that. Why?
Yeah. It's like that's no longer like an option for people, and I don't know why.
It's zigging when people zag, man.
Like just suck it up.
When the fucking stock market sucks, you buy. When it's fucking great, you sell if you have anything to sell, which I don't. I'm sitting here still buying shit overpriced like a fucking bitch. But you know, in the NFL, when everyone's going to all these like things, well, someone's gonna zag.
Right. And I mean, I run into it a lot at work too. Just the people that I work with. I'm in the social work industry, and it's like, oh, like you don't seem so like cheery today. Like, what's going on? And I'm like, I'm just like whatever. Like I got a lot of shit to do. Like I'm just whatever. And they're like, oh, like is everything okay? Like, do you want to talk?
Nope.
No, I'm fine. Like, or like someone will come in and be like, oh, you're grumpy today. And I'm like, I'm grumpy every day. I have a lot of work to do. Like, oh, well, you're not like hanging out. Well, yeah, because like I said, I have a lot of work to do. Like, I'll dick around and I'll run through the office and say stupid shit and like fucking do dumb stuff.
When you're not doing
anything. When I'm not doing anything, because I'm bored and I have to keep myself entertained.
That's the thing. People
like
fucking...
when I'm busy, like I have things to do. Like I have a job to do. Like I always make the joke at work. Like I don't actually work. Like I don't do anything. But in real
until I do.
Yeah. In like the realistic part of it is like I do a lot of work, but I get all my work done first, and then I go dick around.
Yeah.
So it's like people that are there like all day long trying to get their work done. They're like, oh, I don't know how you do that. Well, you know, when I came in this morning at 9:30 and you didn't see me until 11, that's because I was working. And then from 11 to 2, I was dicking around.
Right.
So like, it looks like I'm not doing anything, but it's just because I did that before. You know,
right.
It's like whatever. But like people will be like, oh, you're grumpy. Do you want to talk? No, I'm fine. Well, what's really going on? Like,
fuck off.
Like, or they'll be like, oh, that's so no, dude. I'm just gonna suck it up. Like, it's fine.
Like someone said,
or they'll be like I'll have to deal with something, or I'll have to deal with like a certain case, and like I'll just bitch about it, and they'll be like, that's so that sucks. Like, yeah, it does, but like whatever, I'll get over it. Like I'm gonna suck it up. And they're like, well, if you need to talk, you let me know. Like I don't need to talk.
Like people, and obviously because I have the world's worst attitude at all times.
Yeah.
But usually because I'm overwhelmed with shit to do, and I let it bother me because I know I'm gonna go to work and get nothing done because it's the most distracting place on the entire fucking planet.
Yeah.
But I need a fucking working laptop for here. Christmas.
Yeah.
But it's like one of those things too. It's like, you know, it doesn't hurt to like, you know, actually like to talk to people. Like someone at work said that to me.
Yeah.
I go, it might. They're like, what? I go, first of all, if you unravel what's going on up here, you will not have a solution. I promise you that.
Yeah.
I promise you that. And it's like, they're like,
people like don't know what to do.
They're like,
don't know how to respond.
How? I have a list of shit to do. I don't know how to do it, and I don't know who can help me. Is fucking talking gonna get it done? No. I have to fucking go figure it out.
Right.
I have to sit there at a fucking computer in the middle of the fucking place with people bothering me all the fucking time. And every time I get up, someone steals my computer. Oh, I just need a minute. I'm like, fuck! I need a minute!
I need a lot of minutes!
Because I need to fucking figure this shit out. Oh, I'm sorry. Does talking teach me these new skills that I need? Because last time I checked, they don't.
Right.
Actually, talking would just take longer for me to actually get done with what I need to get done.
That's true. It would take time away from getting work done.
Right.
Yeah.
It would just take me longer.
Yep. Oh, man.
Nutcase.
Yeah, so hey, happy existential 2019. Maybe...
Thank God 2019's almost over.
Maybe 2020 we can be a little bit more pragmatic here, people.
Well,
there you
dude,
go.
hey.
There's my word. My word for 2020 is pragmatism.
What an idiot. Like anyone's gonna do that, you jackass. Yeah, sure. What an idiot.
I know. Hey, I can hope, right?
But hey, 2020, new year, new you, maybe it'll happen.
Oh, yeah.
Soon.
I can't wait.
Soon.
I can't wait to just unload on that again. We might have to do like a yearly episode. Just fucking rip on New Year's. Fuck that.
Let's go to the casino this year.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Just be with the degenerates.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
All right. So that's going to do it for us. Thank you guys for watching on YouTube. Thank you for listening wherever you are. Big shout out to India and stuff. We're like kind of big. I've gotten And thanks for people. We're on Facebook too. We have a Facebook page.
We do?
We've been getting a lot of likes.
Really?
And I don't want to sound, like I'm appropriating anybody's culture here. I'm trying to be respectful of everybody's names. But it looks like a lot of the names of the people that are liking us on Facebook potentially could be in India. They could be our new Indian friends and our pals over there. So thank you if that is you. And if it's not, if it's someone that just lives in fucking Ohio and you just have a different sounding name and then I apologize, I guess. But thanks for sending us some likes on Facebook. We don't really do a ton on Facebook.
Maybe we should. Hey, everyone's on Instagram and Twitter. Do we need to be on Facebook?
Yeah, I mean, we are on Facebook.
You know what we need to be on? LinkedIn.
Yeah, we're going to start perusing.
We're going to do TikTok. Yeah. Everyone's on TikTok. They're going to forget about fucking LinkedIn.
Yeah. So just make sure you subscribe wherever you are. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe to whatever podcast media platform you listen to us on. And hey, also while we're at it, go like us on Facebook. And also send us a follow on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. And then also at Sarcasm_Speaks on Twitter. In the upcoming weeks, we are going to be able to be much better at the social media stuff. We were really good at it before the summertime. Summertime came, my job got kind of busy, and then when I wasn't busy, I was playing golf. But I'm going to have potentially a little bit more free time coming up soon. So I'm going to try and focus that back on the social media thing. Because like I said, we did good for a while, and we've kind of tailed off.
Yeah, I did much better in the old building.
Yeah. So, but just stick with us, and you should follow us at Sarcasm Speaks Pod, like I said, and then you'll be ready for when we're ready to fire off some new social media stuff. So that's going to do it. And thank you guys for watching. Keep spreading the word, too. And until next time, good night, everybody. And that's 100 episodes.
100.
Hundreds.